Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Ohio Association for College Admission Counseling Virtual College Fair. Thank you for joining us. A few housekeeping announcements before we get started. You can use the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our presenters at any time. Your camera and microphone are off, so the panelists cannot see or hear you. Just a reminder that this is one of many different sessions happening as part of the Ohio Virtual College Fair, so be sure to sign up for additional ones. And this presentation and all others are being recorded and will be available within about a week's time at strivescan.com/Ohio. Now pleased to start off our presentations, and we'll begin tonight with Eastern Michigan University.
Good evening. I'm Clarissa, the representative from Eastern Michigan University. I work with all of the students from the state of Ohio who choose to either gather information, visit with us, or those of you who ultimately decide to apply. On this evening, I brought with me a few friends. I decided to share a quick video to share some information about our campus, and I'll gladly answer any questions that you may have in our chat box. So thank you so much for joining us this evening. I will now get started with a brief video about our university.
Hello, welcome to Eastern. My name is Corinne and I'm a tour guide here at EMU. Eastern Michigan University is located right here in Ypsilanti, Michigan. Ypsilanti is full of a rich history that has created a unique and strong sense of community for hundreds of years.
Welcome to our Student Center. Here we have many resources to help all students find success here at EMU. From our admissions office to financial aid to our diversity and community involvement offices, we offer support for everyone. Whether it's a quick bite between classes or grabbing lunch with friends, there is something for everyone.
There are always tons of events happening on campus, and the Student Center is the hub. We have 2 art galleries, an auditorium with free Friday night movies, a ballroom that holds large events such as career fairs, and a temporary ice skating rink.
The students that you will meet on campus are from many different backgrounds.
Because of the true EMU global rate, students from all over the country and the globe attend EMU without paying any out-of-state or non-resident fees. As one of the most diverse campuses in Michigan, EMU takes pride in celebrating each individual student and the experiences they bring.
At the library, we have many resources that will be helpful to you as a student here at EMU. We have study rooms, multiple computer labs, a writing center, a research center, and much more. The library is huge, 4 floors in fact, and has so many options to accommodate however you like to study.
Eastern was founded in 1849 as the first normal school outside of the original 13 colonies. To this day, Eastern has the stellar reputation for making well-rounded educators that are prepared to excel in their fields. Our programs are focused on teaching practical skills and putting students into classroom settings.
If you're looking for an enhanced academic experience, join us here at the EMU Honors College. We offer exclusive advising, priority registration for classes, scholarships, access to the honors residence halls, and classes capped at 25 students taught by professors who are the best in their field.
Welcome to the Science Complex, which is made up of Mark Jefferson and the newly renovated Strong Hall, which I'm standing in right now. It holds many different types of classes for the wide variety of natural sciences we offer. The Science Complex has an abundance of environments to enhance your learning, including classrooms, labs, lecture halls, a planetarium, greenhouse, and an observatory deck complete with telescopes. Our programs not only allow students to learn in the classroom, but also give them the opportunity to learn by conducting their own research and getting hands-on experience through fieldwork.
Our newly renovated Rec IM is a great space for students wanting to be active or looking for something fun to do with friends. Inside, we have both a club and Olympic-sized pool, cardio rooms, weight rooms, workout classes, an indoor track, volleyball and basketball courts, as well as a club and intramural sports teams.
The eateries are my favorite spot to grab a meal, and it's only a 3-minute walk from the Student Center. It's right in the middle of 4 residence halls, and it has so many incredible food options and cool places to meet up with friends.
Here's Wise, one of our 9 residence halls. I like living on campus because it's so convenient for getting to work, going to downtown Ypsilanti, or taking a quick nap in between classes. It encourages me to get involved on campus, study at the library more often, and meet new, lifelong friends. There's also Wi-Fi, kitchenettes, and student lounges to study and hang out in.
Eastern is in the heart of Ypsilanti. Ypsi has a depot town and a downtown with great places to eat, a vibrant arts community, and plenty of stores. Not only is it a great place to explore with friends, our Vision Office is dedicated to connecting students with volunteer service opportunities and making Eagles an impactful part of the Ypsilanti community.
With over 200 majors, 5 different academic colleges, and over 200 different student organizations, EMU has something for everyone. Are you a future Eagle? Apply today.
Again, I'm Clarissa, the representative from EMU. I'm here to answer any questions that you may have. I will leave my contact information in the chat box. A few things that I really would like to point out is that whether or not you're from the Toledo area, we're 45 minutes away. If you're close to the Cincinnati area, we're about 4 hours, so close enough and far enough away. Cleveland area as well, about 2.5. We also offer in-state tuition to Ohio residents, so there are no out-of-state fees for your admission to our university, and you will receive that information through a simple text message. I can actually add that to the chat for you to text us today and find out if you'd be eligible for any scholarship opportunities. Again, I'm Clarissa. I thank you for your time, and I look forward to staying on the chat for the Q&A. Take care and have a great evening. Thank you.
Great. Thank you so much, Clarissa. Our next presentation this evening comes to us from Saginaw Valley State University.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Michelle Stanley. I'm the Assistant Director of Regional Operations with Saginaw Valley. I've been with the university for almost 6 years now, and I am your representative for the great state of Ohio. So I wanted to start off our presentation with just an aerial picture of campus. So Saginaw Valley, we are actually located smack dab in the middle of the Tri-City area of Bay City, Saginaw, and Midland. It's about 2 hours and 10 minutes from the Michigan-Ohio border. You pretty much just take Highway 75 or 23 through Toledo up to 75, and we're not too far away, which is really nice. So as far as things to do around campus, we are only like a 4-minute drive to the local Target and different restaurants. As far as like Saginaw, Bay City, and Midland, they all have different activities for our students to check out, and it's a lot of fun, especially in the warmer weather when we have different festivals going on. So our students are always finding different things to do when they do choose to explore the area around our campus. So Saginaw Valley, we actually have over 100 different undergraduate degree programs that fall under 5 different colleges. We have our College of Arts and Behavioral Sciences, College of Business and Management, our College of Education, College of Health and Human Services, and also our College of Science, Engineering, and Technology. Now, if you were to grab a handful of students from our campus, you're probably going to find a student pursuing a nursing degree, engineering, criminal justice, business management, and I would say mechanical engineering is probably one of our more popular ones, but also social work. So what's really cool is outside of what I just mentioned, we probably have a program that would suit your needs, but if not, we will help guide you to another university that might be better suited for you, depending on what program you're interested in. So we do have one of the largest BSN and BSW programs in the state of Michigan, which is outstanding. And we actually have a nationally ranked moot court team and Formula One racing team. So, and you don't have to be an engineering student in order to participate with our Formula One racing team, which is awesome. So I did want to point out our athletics program because we do get a lot of athletes from the Midwest area of Ohio, Illinois, and Indiana, including Wisconsin as well. So we are actually a part of the Division II GLIAC conference with our athletic programs, and we actually have over our 19 varsity level athletic programs. So if you are a junior, you are more than welcome to start reaching out to our coaches to see if you could have the potential to be recruited for one of our teams. And then these are just a few pictures of our athletic facilities that we have on our campus. And even if you aren't an athlete, you still have access to use our indoor facilities, which is a great way for you to continue to work on your physical fitness if you like working out at the rec center. So Saginaw Valley, we are actually ranked #1 in the nation amongst public universities for best on-campus housing and housing experience. Now, as far as facilities goes, there's a two-piece component, facilities and then also student life. So as far as the facilities go, we don't have traditional dorms with community bathrooms. They're all apartment style, anywhere from a studio apartment all the way up to a 4 or 5 bedroom apartment with your private bathroom, kitchen, and living room that you share with just your roommates. But a lot of what our students love about our campus is getting involved. And when you live on campus, it's so much easier to get involved in student life. And we have over 200 student organizations on our campus that will cater to your interests. So what is really important, this is one of our biggest deal breakers that students talk to us about when it comes to their education, is cost. We actually have the lowest tuition in the state of Michigan. And what's awesome is for our out-of-state students, if you have a minimum of a 2.5 cumulative GPA, you will actually be awarded our Red and White Scholarship. And what you can see is it brings that out-of-state tuition down to just over what our in-state students pay. There's just a minimal fee that our out-of-state students have to pay. But we reward our students for their hard work in high school. So as long as you have a 3.0 cumulative GPA or higher, you will earn an academic scholarship, and that is automatically awarded to you when you apply for admission. We also have on-campus housing scholarships. We reward students for how they perform on their SAT. We have our opportunity grant, which is need-based. So if our students send their FAFSA to us, we can calculate their level of need and they might receive our opportunity grant. And then we have hundreds of private scholarships that we award starting January 15th of your senior year. And that application opens up December 1st. So lots of money to be earned. And even for our seniors, we are still awarding scholarships if you're looking for ways to help pay for school. So for our seniors, we are enrolling admissions. We are still accepting applications. And for my juniors, the best time to apply is in July. So if you can remember, apply in July. We can be one application that you can get out of the way, and it is free for you to apply to our university. As long as you send us your transcripts before the start of the school year, once you've completed your junior year, you should receive an admissions decision as early as the end of September. I appreciate you all for being here tonight, and thank you so much.
Great, thank you so much. Our next presentation this evening comes to us from Northern Michigan University.
Hi, everybody. My name is Erica Greeley. I'm from Northern Michigan University. I can't see you guys, but I'm really glad you're here tonight, so thank you for coming. So Northern is located in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. We are right along the shores of Lake Superior, and our natural setting makes for amazing outdoor experiences, academic and recreational, all year round. Many of our students love the outdoors, but you really don't have to in order to thrive here. So Marquette is safe, friendly, welcoming, and we do have direct flights if you want to travel here from Ohio. It's about a 10-hour drive depending on where you're coming from, but you can also fly in from Detroit, Chicago, and Minneapolis as well. But we are a place that, like Ohio, celebrates all 4 seasons, and we do get quite a bit of snow, but it's something that we love up here and something that we really take advantage of. So we are a mid-sized institution. So we are large enough where we have a lot of programs to choose from, but and have a strong alumni network, connections around the world, nice facilities, but small enough where you have small class sizes and your professors get to know your name. So the average lecture size class is about 28. The average lab size and seminar sizes are about 15. And this gives your professors the ability to get to know you on a personal level. So those close personal relationships result in mentorship as you move through your experience at Northern. and onto whatever it is you're going to do next, whether that's grad school or the professional world. So your professors are there to help guide you because they know you. We have over 170 different academic programs to choose from. That includes things related to our natural setting like fisheries and wildlife management, environmental studies and sustainability, but also things like nursing, art and design, criminal justice, sports science, a large array of business programs, and some of our signature programs, including medicinal plant chemistry, which is the first of its kind in the US, as well as another program, indoor agriculture, that complements it really nicely. So regardless of what it is that you are studying at Northern, you're going to get hands-on experience right away to help you figure out what you love so you can get more specific, and what you hate so you can change your mind and then shift to the program that's the right fit for you. You're working with real people in professional settings with real equipment and resources in the real world through internships, research, job opportunities, so that when you leave Northern, you're well prepared to take your next steps. So let's talk about student organizations and student life. So I already mentioned that our students are outside all year round. So they're hiking, they're biking, rock climbing, ice climbing, surfing, sailing, all sorts of things. But there's tons to experience indoors too. So we have over 300 different student organizations to choose from that are academic and non-academic. We also offer leadership programs. So some of these are credit bearing and come with a stipend. And there are tons of community service and volunteer opportunities. So all of these are a huge part of student identity at Northern. And of course, under normal circumstances, there are also events happening on campus that keep you busy as a spectator or a participant. So things like the arts, through sports, ranging from esports to football, both of which are varsity level sports with scholarships, but really you name it. What is most important to us in our community is we're safe and welcoming, regardless of your experience, your background, your identity, or your beliefs. So let's talk about finances. I know this is really important, especially in the time of COVID. So for our out-of-state students, tuition and fees and room and board amount to around $28,300 per year. The average financial aid package for our out-of-state students is around $19,400. And that can include scholarships, including our National Academic Award, which brings that out-of-state tuition rate much closer to in-state, as well as our Wildcat Achievement Awards. And this year, we're awarding these with and without test scores, but actually moving forward, Northern is now test blind, which means we're not going to use test scores for awarding scholarships in the future or making admission decisions. We also offer competitive scholarship opportunities, including our Presidential Scholars Competition, with awards ranging from $1,000 to a full ride, and many other free money opportunities that you just have to submit an application for. So we would really love for you to come visit Northern. So we are offering virtual and on-campus visit opportunities. And I think all of us here really want you to see schools to get a feeling of, is this the right fit for me? And visiting is a great way to do that. We'd love for you to come visit Northern, however you're able to do that, to really get a feel of, is this the place for me, or is this the right fit? So if you'd like more information, you can go ahead and scan this QR code here. Again, my name is Erica, and I work with students from Ohio. So my job is to help you through this process, and I would really love to hear from you. I'll put my details in the chat as well.
Great, thank you so much, Erica. Our next presentation this evening comes from the Art Academy of Cincinnati.
All right. Thank you, everybody, for joining me. Let me get this full screen here. My name is Jack, and I'm the Director of Admissions for the Art Academy of Cincinnati. So for over 150 years now, the Art Academy has been offering accredited degrees, both regionally and nationally, in the arts. So that's the Associates of Science in Graphic Design, the Bachelor's degree of Fine Art, which you're going to learn mostly about today. And then we do have a Master's in Art Education program. So with this in mind, a lot of the work that I do as an affiliate member of ACAD, which is the Association of Independent Colleges of Art and Design, is talk about sort of destigmatizing this notion of the starving artist. I feel like every single creative person has heard that at some point in their careers, and sometimes it's something that deters students from going to pursue degrees in the arts. And so as alum, and also as just someone who's had many careers within the arts, I'm here to tell you that It's totally possible. And we do it through our programming and through professional development offices that are making sure that our students are getting client-based projects as class time, but also internship opportunities that we can help facilitate. So what you're looking at here is sort of just some insight into the BFA program specifically. So students have the opportunity to take on majors such as creative writing, design, illustration, drawing and painting, sculpture, print media, and photography. And I'm happy to announce as well that we're looking at blowing out our animation minor into a full-blown major come next year, which we're really excited about. And so with this, one thing to take away with you today is that the Art Academy is focusing really heavily on a transdisciplinary approach towards this degree, whether it's the bachelor's degree or any of the other degrees that we're offering. And I say this because our students really come out as well-rounded creatives with skills in a variety of different art fields instead of being just sort of a one-trick pony. And that's something we really value at the college, and it's something that you get as sort of a point of difference compared to other institutions that are offering similar degrees. The chart that you're seeing on the right is some insight into what the programming actually looks like. So this is specifically for our BFA degree. So thinking of your time of 4 years of studying the arts can be thought of as 2/3 of it being studio-based, where you're doing the actual production of things. So making the sculptures, making the novels, making the different photo series that you're exploring through contemporary issue classes. But it is supported with academic courses in the liberal arts. So that's about 1/3 of your time. And the liberal arts can be thought of as your natural science courses, social sciences, humanitarian classes, and we have some really fun ones as well, such as the history of tattoo, which you can see down there, and some mythology courses as well too. I like to make sure that I always leave students with an understanding of what our actual facilities look like. So at the Art Academy, we're granting students as early as their second year, but guaranteed in their junior and senior years of study, access to their own artist studios. And this is something you often don't see at colleges of art and design until the master's level. And so as alum, I can remember applying to at least 8 different undergraduate programs. And this was the big thing that really stood out to me when I finally toured campus. Knowing that I was gonna have my own space to do the work and to take on clients in my upper level courses was something that really stood out compared to other institutions I was looking at. So just like the degrees themselves being transdisciplinary, so are our facilities. So at some institutions, you know, if you're not within the photo degree program, you might not be able to access the photo facilities. And here that's not the case. So long as you are trained on how to use any of the facilities that we have on campus, we want you to access them so that you can, again, build your portfolio and develop the skills that you need. So I mentioned that we're located in downtown Cincinnati, right in the heart of Over the Rhine. I mentioned this because being an urban campus is a really big part of the student experience. It's really common for our students to take on classes at the Cincinnati Main Public Library, at any of the Fortune 500 companies within the city, such as Procter & Gamble's headquarters or Kroger's headquarters, or any of the design firms within the city as well. And so I mentioned professional development too. So I like to just sort of hit that internships are facilitated within the program itself. They're not required, but we heavily encourage them because it's those internships that often lead to the first jobs after undergrad. And so this is just some examples of where you can see alumni have taken on internships that they've then used to pursue career opportunities. So I'll talk briefly about the application. I'll be in the chat for any additional questions, but our application process can be thought of as simply 3 steps. So a free application, which you can do from our website or through the Common App. And then one of the biggest points of difference is that we require a portfolio of artwork, design, or creative writing prior to acceptance to the college. And this is reviewed by our admissions team and our full-time faculty. We're looking at formal and technical skills of students. We're looking at how you generate processes and your ideas. And ultimately, the takeaway for you today is knowing that if you're feeling unconfident about your portfolio or you're not even sure where to start with it, we have tons of resources available for you to help you get there. And then we are entirely test blind as well. So we're not looking at the ACT or SAT score. We are looking at a cumulative 2.0 GPA as part of the transcript that you self-report through the application process. And this is just some tips on the portfolio, since that is sort of our anomaly compared to other institutions. It's great if you're in high school art classes or if you've taken any community classes, but something we're really interested in seeing is your personal projects. So what you hope to sort of achieve through an undergraduate program in the arts. And we love to see how you experiment, how you develop concepts, and also sort of your best work. So going with the quality over the quantity of what it is that you make. And this last sort of bit that I'll talk about here is just the actual funding, right? So every single student accepted to the college receives an entrance scholarship, and that can take up to 1/3 of your tuition off from the get-go. There's no difference in in-state or out-of-state with tuition. You can read more about it on our website. But one really unique point of difference is that we're one of the only private colleges in the state of Ohio offering a tuition promise, which is stating that the cost of tuition for your first semester of study is what you can expect for up to 4 years of study. So you're locked in at that so you can better plan for your future. And I'll lastly leave the call today by just stating I'm a first-generation college student. If you're feeling sort of the big questions of how is this possible, how do people do it, know that our admissions team is here to help you figure out what it looks like for you. This is more information on where you can find how to apply, and I will be in the chat with additional information. Thanks for your time.
Great, thank you so much, Jack. Our final presentation before we transition to Q&A comes to us from the University of Cincinnati.
Hello, everyone. Thank you all so much for being on today. So my name is Anna Smith. I am an admissions counselor here at the University of Cincinnati, and I'm also a proud Bearcat alumni. I just graduated last semester with my bachelor's in communication, so I'm really, really happy to be here with you all today. It's a great day to be a Bearcat, and I'm excited to share some of my experiences with you all as well. So the University of Cincinnati is a large public institution. This number right here is the total enrollment of all UC. So this number encompasses our UC Uptown or main campus, and we also have 2 wonderful regional campuses called UC Blue Ash and UC Claremont. They're located about 20 minutes from campus, and students can start their journey out there and transition. And then keep in mind that the undergraduate number here at UC is around 27,000. And at least 15% of students also identify as multicultural. So you'll definitely be able to find your people here at UC. Next, I'll talk about some of our different academic programs. So there are over 350 academic programs. Students can really personalize their degree, whether it's adding different minors, certificates that really reflect who you are and your various passions. While we are a large public institution, we also ensure that we have small classroom sizes. As a student, I loved getting to know my professors, have that mentorship relationship, and the small classroom environment was really great for me as a student. We also have 13 different academic colleges. So essentially all the majors are categorized into different colleges. And to name off a few, we have the College of Engineering and Applied Sciences, we have the College of Nursing, College of Design, Art, Architecture, and Planning, also known as DAP. So it is all right here at UC. Something that really stands out about the University of Cincinnati is that we require 100% student participation. So this is really important because whatever students are majoring in, they are guaranteed to have some level of hands-on outside learning experience. So what do these experiences look like? We are known for being the school that invented the co-op. Co-ops are full-time paid opportunities for students who are in different fields, and students can also do internships. When I was a student, I had one friend that was co-oping in Germany at BMW. I had another friend that was co-oping at Google in California. So the options are very, very wide. And for different majors, whether you're in the medical field, we make sure that you get those clinical hours. If you're in the College Conservatory of Music, we have different artistic performance requirements. So you can definitely ensure that at UC, you'll really get some meaningful, impactful experience to build that resume and ensure that you are successful after college. And we also very, very much care about students outside of the classroom. And so 83% of our first year students live on campus. We do require our first year students who live outside of a 50-mile radius to live on campus. And as you can see, many of our freshmen still decide and we provide really wonderful support systems. There are 16 different residence halls on campus. We offer a wide variety of different residence hall styles, whether it is traditional to suite style, all the way to apartment. So students can be flexible and choose whatever they are most comfortable with to be a part of the on-campus UC experience. So we also have many different resources to make sure that students feel supported while they're on campus. For dining, we have 3 different dining halls on campus. There are salad bars, a stir-fry station, everything that you can name. Students definitely eat well on campus, and all first-year students are also enrolled in the unlimited meal plan, so you never have to worry about going hungry. We also have a wonderful recreation center. This is highly regarded. Many students use it to stay active on campus, from the Olympic-sized pools to the fitness classes. My favorite was yoga. Going to that after class to de-stress was a great way, and to stay in community with other Bearcats. Safety is a top priority at our school too. We have a police department on campus, blue help phones, and all residence halls are also locked as well. And then finding your own community on campus. UC has over 500 clubs and organizations, so I can assure you that you will find your people here. And if not, you can even create your own student organization very easily. Campus life is really live. I always found a home away from home at UC, from our different festivals to concerts, to our identity-based centers, whether it was the African American Culture Resource Center, the Women's Center, the LGBTQ+ Center. UC really has a place that is inclusive for all students. We're also a D1 sports school, so I highly recommend students check out the different basketball games, football games. It's so much fun to be a part of that Bearcat spirit. And the city of Cincinnati is really special. This is a great place for young professionals. There's actually a handful of Fortune 500 companies. So for the students who are looking for that internship or co-op, it is just around the block from you. And this is a great city to get involved. You can eat well here, live well. I highly recommend it. I've definitely found a home here in Cincinnati. I'm from 2 hours up north in Columbus. And so Cincinnati for me is just a really great place as a young student. So all of this sounds great, and here's a little bit more about the application process. We are a Common App school. We are test optional for the upcoming 2022 year, which is really exciting. However, if you are applying for nursing or early childhood education, those are licensure programs, so we will need those test scores. Mark your calendar for December 1st. This is our early action deadline. Very important. As long as you get your application in by this, you will be considered for all first-year merit-based scholarships. And then here is a little bit about our numbers. Affordability is really important at the University of Cincinnati. You can see our in-state tuition, as well as different room and board numbers that range from that traditional up to the apartment style. Here's a little bit about our scholarships. The most popular one would definitely be the Cincinnati University. Like I said, as long as you get your application in before December 1st deadline, all students will be reviewed for these scholarships. And thank you so much. I hope that you can consider UC. I know that I had a wonderful experience. I'd be more than happy to talk to any of you about it. I'll go ahead and drop my contact information in here, and Paula and I would be happy to help with any questions. But thank you, everyone.
Great, thank you so much. And thank you to everyone for sharing their institutions with us. We do have a few moments left for Q&A, so we'll bring back all of our presenters. And certainly if you have any questions, feel free to drop those in the Q&A widget, and I'm sure they would be kind of happy to answer them. And we'll start off with some general ones before we get to your actual questions. And I think one that many times students will ask and that they're interested in hearing is, what is one kind of event or tradition that is particularly noteworthy or something that students really enjoy on your campus? And we can go in the same order as the initial presentations, if that's okay.
I'd love to. Somehow I can't start my video, but some of the things that students should, okay, there we go, awesome. Things that we can get, that students can get into at campus. I want to make sure I understood the question again, I'm sorry.
Yeah, your favorite event or tradition that you have on campus.
So we have Fajita Fest at the beginning of the year. Eastern Michigan has a nice big lake right in the middle of campus, and All of the student organizations have a table that they set up around the perimeter of the lake, and we serve fajitas while students learn about the different opportunities that they have to get involved. And so Fajita Fest is always a all-time favorite because we certainly promote our students being active, not only academically, but also through involvement.
At Saginaw Valley, we have Battle of the Valleys every year. So it's a week-long competition where we fundraise to see which university can raise the most money for a local charity. And then it wraps up with a football game. And what's really cool is for the past 10 years, we've actually beat Graham Valley, which is more than twice our campus population size in fundraising efforts. So our students are extremely passionate about fundraising and giving back to the community.
We have every fall, we have an event called Make a Difference Day. So you and your friends all get together, everybody on campus gets together and volunteers at their place of choice and spend the whole day doing community service and volunteering. So it's kind of fun experience in the fall.
At the Art Academy, we do an event every fall where for the first few students who are on top of getting their FAFSA in, which you know is sometimes a painful process, we let the first 5 students who get it in pie our financial aid team in the face with a pie to congratulate them on getting their FAFSAs in. Beyond that, I love our school's mascot. It's the skunk. We're lovingly known as the Art Academy Stinkers because we try to start up an intramural soccer team every now and then, and a bunch of artists, bunch of writers, bunch of designers, not always the best soccer players, but we embrace it.
I'd love to share 2 different of my favorite traditions at UC. The first one is Down the Drive. This is a really fun dance and chant that we do at all of our athletic games, and it's taught to students at their first year orientation. And then second is Convocation. This is where all the first year students, hundreds of them, are in the stadium. It's like a reverse graduation. And so there's guest speakers. It's a really great way to feel that spirit and start off your experience as a freshman at UC.
Great, thank you all. We have another question from one of our viewers who is asking about study abroad at your institutions, and I think it could be taken a number of different ways, kind of the status of it, a unique program you have for abroad, or something else noteworthy. And I think for this one, I'll put you on the spot, Anna. We can go in reverse order.
Awesome. I love talking about study abroad because I took advantage of many opportunities at UC to study abroad. So in a traditional normal year, we offer 3 different styles, whether it is going with a program facilitator and taking a class, traveling with students, or you can go on an external program or do a whole year abroad. And it is pretty affordable as well. We offer a lot of different financial aid opportunities and scholarships, but UC students can really travel wherever they'd like at whatever program length as well.
Awesome. Yeah, and at the Art Academy, we have a partnership with KIIS, which is the Kentucky Institute of International Studies, and that allows at least 2 students a year. This is pre-COVID and of course, hopefully post-COVID, the opportunity to study abroad in places like Egypt, China, and Europe as well. The president of our institution is a master sculptor and traditionally trained in Italy. So we have a lot of really cool programs and opportunities for students in that regard.
So Northern has study abroad opportunities in over 55 different countries, and they range from your spring break to being gone for a full year. So you can do a study abroad where you're going someplace that's a little bit more familiar, like maybe somewhere in the UK, or you can go somewhere in Asia. And you also have the opportunity to kind of go as part of a program where there are other students from America that are going, or you can go and directly enroll in another institution with one of our exchange partners as well. So a lot of different choices to choose from, time duration, something that's going to fit with your schedule or fit with your interests.
So at Saginaw Valley, we have hundreds of opportunities, whether it's like a university sponsored program where you would take a class for a semester and then travel abroad for a couple weeks with your professor and your classmates. Or you could, go through a third-party entity like I did. I went through University Study Abroad Consortium when I went to Graham Valley. And I was in Costa Rica for 6 months. I hate the winter. And so I was like, I'm escaping to the beach. And that's exactly what I did. I lived with a host parent. Her name was Lydia, and she spoke solo Espanol. And it was a really cool experience to just immerse myself into the culture. So most universities have tons of opportunities, so take advantage of it if it's something you're interested in.
And I won't prolong the discussion, but at Eastern, it's very similar to what you've heard. I mean, we're a four-year public university, so we offer 42 countries that we routinely have relationships with. And so students who are either a part of a specific international business program, or even those that are taking foreign language can participate, but those who are not a part of those programs can take advantage of them as well. So if you're a student that has interest in a place, all you need are 3 other students. Say it's not a country that's a part of the 42 that we traditionally go to, or have historically gone to, I should say. All you need are 3 other students and a faculty member, and we're happy to help you go there, coordinate that, as long as it's someplace that's not in, civil unrest and it's not safe to be there, then we can figure out how to help you get there.
Great. Thank you all for sharing those great opportunities abroad. And in the final moment we have remaining, we'll just end with kind of one piece of advice or a tip that you have for our viewers as they kind of navigate their college search. And no order this time. Whoever wants to go first, feel free.
I'll chime in. Oh, okay.
Sorry, Jack.
You go, Michelle.
So finding the best fit. You want to find a university that feels like home. And the only way you can do that is through meeting with admissions reps, asking questions, getting on campus if they have in-person tours, or exploring virtual tours if you can. But those students that find those universities that fit them and feel like home, you're in an environment where you thrive, you're not just surviving, you're graduating, you're loving your time on campus, and you are an active member of the Alumni Association coming home for homecoming every year.
That was what I had to say. Your admissions folks are here to help. Like, we're dedicated people at our institutions to help you understand what your next step is, to understand sort of what our communities look like, and get involved. There's tons of opportunities before the application process to understand how you could get to know each college that's here.
I'll take the visit conversation just a little bit further, because I absolutely always advocate for visit. But a part of what you want to figure out for yourself is, do I like big schools? Do I like little schools? Do I like far away? Do I like close to home? Do I like faith-based? Do I like public? Do I like private? Try to figure that out for yourself, and based on what you learn, try to identify 3 types of schools for yourself. Try to figure out what's your dream school. So if money didn't matter, if distance didn't matter, if parent influence didn't matter, if test scores didn't matter, I'd love to go to this school, and see whether or not through talking to an admissions advisor, it's possible. Secondly, try to identify the school that you think might be a good fit for you. And then lastly, identify your shoe-in. If all else fails, I know I am college bound, and this is the school that I know I can go to, whatever that looks like for you. It's different for every single student. So try to identify 3 different types of schools: dream school, the fit that you believe works for you, and then your shoe-in. That's my advice.
And I just going off of what Clarissa was saying, I think a good way, if you're not really sure what the dream school is, a good way is just to visit schools, because then you can start to pick out things that you like and you don't like. And that helps you piece together, oh, I think I want to be in the city, but I want it to be a big school, or it needs to be a small school, or, I want to have a lot of options, or I want it to be focused on one really specific thing. If you get that sense too, sometimes when you visit, you might get a gut feeling of like, this feels really good, or this does not feel good. And that's a good thing to pay attention to, because that will help you start to craft your perfect school.
I can go ahead and close this out, but I just want to echo what everyone said, and to really encourage you all to find out what you're passionate about. Use this time, whether you're a junior or a senior, to just really get to know yourself and the environments that you thrive in. And I think the better sense you have of yourself, it will help down the line as you are applying and looking for schools.
Great. Thank you all for sharing those great pieces of advice, as well as your institutions earlier in the evening. At the conclusion of this webinar, you'll be prompted with a 4-question survey, and we would appreciate any feedback that you could provide. Also, just a reminder that this is one of many webinars that's happening, including more happening in about 15 minutes, but all of them are being recorded and will be available on the same website where you registered for this one in about a week's time. Thanks so much for joining us and have a great night.